Mami Water, a water spirit often associated with beauty, power, and healing. Help! Somebody help me! The voice echoed across the village, carrying with it a mix of desperation and fear. Amina, a young girl from the coastal village of Ijibu, ran as fast as she could through the dense forest, her heart pounding in her chest. She had just witnessed something unimaginable, something that would change her life forever. A powerful force, a dark figure emerging from the river, was pulling her mother into the water. Mami Water, the legendary water spirit, was known for her beauty, power, and the mystery she held. She was a creature of the deep, a spirit that could heal but also punish those who dared disturb her. And now, Mami Water had taken hold of Amina's mother. Amina's thoughts raced. Could this be real? Could the stories her grandmother told her as a child be true? She had heard the elders whisper of Mami Water, a spirit of the river who could grant great beauty and power, but she had never believed them. Now, standing at the edge of the riverbank, with her mother's desperate cries growing fainter as she was dragged deeper into the water, Amina had no choice but to face the impossible truth. Without thinking, Amina plunged into the water, her limbs flailing as she fought against the current. She had to save her mother. Her heart pounded as the water reached her waist, then her chest, and soon, she was neck-deep in the river. Her vision blurred, and she gasped for air. The force of the water seemed too powerful, but she wasn't about to give up. She couldn't. As she moved forward, struggling against the current, she finally saw her mother's hand reaching out from the depths, her face contorted in fear. But then, something strange happened. A sudden calm washed over the river. The water, which had been churning violently, suddenly became eerily still. Amina stopped in her tracks. What was happening? From the depths of the river, a figure emerged, a beautiful woman, her skin glistening like the smooth surface of a lake under the moonlight. Her long, flowing hair shimmered like silver, and her eyes were a deep, glowing green. It was Mami Water. "Why are you here, child?" Mami Water's voice was soft but powerful, like the echo of a wave crashing against the shore. "Do you seek to challenge me?" Amina, too stunned to speak, could only stare in awe at the spirit before her. The woman's beauty was breathtaking, but there was a presence about her that was both soothing and terrifying. Amina felt drawn to her, but at the same time, she feared what this being might do. "Please." Amina finally found her voice. "Let my mother go. She is innocent. She's done nothing to deserve this." Mami Water's expression softened, but her eyes remained piercing. "I take what belongs to me," she said calmly. "Your mother has disturbed the balance of the river. She has taken something that is mine." Amina's mind raced. What could her mother have taken? What did Mami Water want? Before she could speak, Mami Water raised her hand, and in an instant, the river surged again, pulling Amina back. "The price must be paid," the spirit said, her voice now colder, more distant. "I will take something of equal value. Please." Amina cried, her body shaking. "Don't take her. Please, I'll do anything." For a moment, Mami Water considered her. Then with a knowing smile she spoke. "You are brave, child. And you are clever. I will make you a deal." Amina's heart raced. What deal? What choice could she have? Mami Water continued, "If you can prove your worth, I will release your mother and grant you power beyond your understanding. But if you fail, you will never see her again, and you will be bound to the river forever." Amina swallowed hard. What kind of trial was this? "What must I do?" she asked, her voice trembling with both fear and determination. The spirit's smile deepened. "You must retrieve something from the depths of the river, something that has been lost to the world for many years. A treasure of unimaginable power, one that will prove you have earned your place in this world." Amina stared at the spirit, trying to understand the gravity of what she was being asked to do. A treasure? Lost for many years. Before Amina could ask another question, Mami Water's form began to shimmer and fade, blending with the river as though she was part of it. "Go," Mami Water's voice echoed from the depths. "The task is yours, or your mother's life will be forfeit." Amina stood still for a moment, her heart racing in her chest. This was it. She had to make a choice. She had to prove herself worthy. But as she took one step forward, the water surged again, and a sudden wave crashed against her, knocking her off her feet. When she looked up, the river was gone, and the familiar forest had transformed. A deep mist hung in the air, and strange sounds filled the space around her. What lay ahead for Amina? Was she truly ready to face whatever Mami Water had planned for her? And what was the treasure that lay hidden in the depths of the river? Could Amina find it and save her mother, or was this the end of their journey? Amina stood alone in the misty forest, the quiet sounds of the river now replaced by a deep, ominous silence. The air felt heavy, charged with an energy she could not explain. Every step she took felt like it was leading her deeper into the unknown. She turned around to look for her mother, but there was no sign of her. Her heart pounded in her chest. What is this place? Amina whispered to herself, her voice trembling. The lush trees around her were unfamiliar, their branches twisted in unnatural ways, and the ground beneath her feet seemed soft and unsettled, as if the earth itself was alive. She tried to calm herself. Focus, she reminded herself. You have to do this. For Mom. As she began to move forward, she felt a strange pull in the air, a subtle tug that seemed to guide her deeper into the heart of the forest. She followed it, walking through thick underbrush, the sound of her footsteps muffled by the strange mist that clung to the ground. Suddenly, she came to a clearing, and in the center of the clearing was a large stone, covered in glowing moss. The stone was smooth and round, with intricate markings carved into its surface, resembling waves and swirls. The stone seemed to hum with an otherworldly energy. Amina approached the stone cautiously. As her hand hovered over it, the markings began to glow brighter, and a voice echoed in her mind. The treasure you seek lies beneath the surface. But only the worthy can retrieve it. Beneath the surface? Amina thought, her heart racing. What does that mean? What treasure? Before she could think further, the ground beneath her feet shifted, and the stone split open, revealing a dark, swirling vortex. The air around her grew cold, and the mist thickened, making it difficult to see. Amina hesitated, fear clawing at her chest. Was she truly ready to face whatever lay beneath the surface? Was this the test Mami Water spoke of? With a deep breath, Amina stepped into the vortex. The moment her foot touched the swirling darkness, she was pulled into the earth. Her body felt weightless, as if she was floating through a void. The world around her became a blur of shadows and colors, twisting and turning in all directions. She could hear faint whispers calling out to her, but their words were unintelligible, lost in the disorienting swirl. Stay calm. Stay calm, Amina told herself, trying to steady her breathing. I can do this. I must. Suddenly, everything stopped. The vortex vanished, and Amina was standing in a new place, one that seemed both familiar and strange. She found herself in a cavern made entirely of crystal, its walls shimmering with an ethereal glow. The air smelled fresh, like rain after a storm, and the ground beneath her feet felt soft and alive, almost like it was pulsing with energy. In the center of the cavern was a large, glowing orb, floating above a pedestal. The orb pulsed with light, casting shadows that danced on the walls. It was beautiful. Too beautiful, in fact, and Amina felt drawn to it. Could this be the treasure? She stepped closer, but as she did, the ground beneath her shifted again, and a low growl filled the air. From the shadows, a massive figure emerged. A serpent, its scales shimmering with the same glow as the cavern. Its eyes were bright, piercing, and filled with malice. This was the guardian of the treasure. The serpent's voice echoed in Amina's mind. Who dares to claim the treasure? Amina froze, the fear gripping her heart once again. She had no idea how to fight this creature. I am Amina. I have come to retrieve the treasure and save my mother. The serpent hissed, its form coiling in a circle around her. You are not worthy, it said, its voice low and dangerous. Only those with the purest heart may claim the treasure. You must prove your worthiness. Amina's mind raced. How could she prove her worth? What did it mean to have a pure heart? The serpent's eyes narrowed. You must answer 3 questions, it said. Answer them correctly, and the treasure is yours. Fail, and you will remain here forever. Amina nodded, her voice trembling. I am ready. The serpent's eyes glowed brighter, and it spoke the first question. What is the greatest power in this world? Amina thought for a moment. Power could mean so many things: strength, wealth, magic. But she knew in her heart that the answer was something deeper. The greatest power in this world is love, she said, her voice steady, despite the fear gnawing at her. Love gives us the strength to overcome anything. It binds us, heals us, and helps us fight through even the darkest times. The serpent paused, studying her. Finally, it nodded, and spoke the second question. What is the greatest treasure one can possess? Amina didn't hesitate. The greatest treasure is hope, she replied. Hope gives us the courage to continue when we feel lost. It's what keeps us going, no matter how hard life becomes. The serpent's tail whipped through the air as it pondered her answer. Then, it spoke the final question. What is the one thing that no one can take from you? Amina's heart raced. This question was different. The answer wasn't obvious. But after a moment of reflection, she knew the answer. Our spirit, she said. No matter what happens, no one can take away our spirit. Our will to live, our dreams, and the strength we carry inside us. Those are ours and ours alone. The serpent's eyes gleamed, and with a powerful hiss, it slithered back into the shadows. The cavern shook as the orb on the pedestal began to glow brighter, and Amina felt a surge of energy wash over her. She had done it. She had passed the test. The serpent's voice echoed one last time. You are worthy, Amina. Take the treasure and save your mother. Amina stepped forward, reaching for the orb. But just as her fingers brushed against it, a flash of light filled the cavern. A shadowy figure emerged from the darkness. Mami Water herself. What did she want? And would Amina's victory be enough to save her mother? Or was there another challenge ahead?